What if I told you that the so-called healthy, high-fiber diet you've been committed to is the very thing keeping you bloated and stuck on your fat loss journey? You're carefully adding fiber to everything, but the scale isn't moving, and you feel more like a balloon than a lean, mean, fat-burning machine. Here's the secret. The problem isn't the fiber, it's the way you're using it. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 3 biggest fiber fallacies that are killing your results and show you exactly how to fix them starting today. You hear that fiber is a weight loss miracle, so you load up on salads, whole grains, and anything with added fiber screaming from the label. But instead of feeling lighter and leaner, you just feel full of hot air. If that sounds familiar, you need to listen closely. You haven't failed. Your strategy has. By the end of this video, you'll understand why your high-fiber diet isn't working, and you'll have a simple 3-step plan to turn fiber into your body's most powerful fat-burning ally. Let's be honest, it's beyond frustrating. You're doing everything you think is right for your body and your weight loss goals. You're choosing the brown rice over the white, grabbing the whole wheat bread instead of the sourdough, and you're probably snacking on apples and nuts. So why do you feel gassy and uncomfortable, and why is the number on the scale just mocking you? This is what I call the fiber paradox. You're eating the right nutrient, but in completely the wrong way, which leads to the exact opposite of what you want. The bloating and lack of progress aren't signs that fiber is bad for you. They're just symptoms that your approach is flawed. The biggest myth we need to bust today is the idea that all fiber is created equal for fat loss. This one misunderstanding is the root cause of the bloating and stalled progress so many of you are experiencing. Thinking more is always more without knowing the details is where good intentions go to waste. So, let's break down the first and most critical fiber fallacy. The biggest mistake I see is people thinking fiber is just one thing. It's not. There are 2 main types of fiber, and they act very differently inside your body. Getting this difference is the key to finally unlocking fat loss. First, you have insoluble fiber. Think of this as the broom for your gut. Its main job is to add bulk to your stool and sweep things through your digestive system, which is fantastic for keeping you regular. You find this type of fiber in things like wheat bran, nuts, and the tough skins of many fruits and vegetables. It's essential for a healthy gut, but it's not the star player when it comes to burning fat. Then there's soluble fiber. This is the real fat loss superstar. Think of this as the sponge in your gut. When you eat soluble fiber, it dissolves in water to form a thick gel-like substance. This gel does a few incredible things. First, it physically slows down how quickly your stomach empties, which keeps you feeling fuller for way longer. This isn't just a feeling. By helping to reduce your appetite, it makes it much easier to stick to a calorie deficit and lose weight without feeling hungry all the time. But here's where the magic really happens. This soluble fiber gel travels down to your large intestine where it becomes rocket fuel for your friendly gut bacteria. These bacteria ferment the fiber and produce powerful compounds called short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs. These SCFAs have been shown to help improve metabolism and tell your body to become more efficient at using fat for energy. So, if you've been loading up on giant salads full of leafy greens, which are mostly insoluble fiber, and wondering why you're not seeing the results you want, this is your answer. Now, after hearing how amazing soluble fiber is, your first thought might be to dive headfirst into oats, beans, and apples at every meal. Please, whatever you do, don't do this. This brings us right to the second fallacy, thinking you can go from 0 to 60 with your fiber intake overnight. If you suddenly flood your system with a huge dose of fiber, especially the fermentable soluble kind, your gut bacteria just won't be ready for it. You have trillions of bacteria in your gut, but if they aren't used to this kind of fuel, they go into a fermentation frenzy. This rapid fermentation produces a ton of gas, leading to that painful bloating, cramping, and discomfort you might know all too well. Your body is amazing at adapting, but it needs time. Instead, you've got to use the ramp-up method. Start by getting a rough idea of how much fiber you're eating now. You can use a free app for a day or two to get a baseline. Most people are only getting around 15 to 17 grams a day. From there, increase your intake slowly by no more than 5 grams per day for a few days at a time. As you do this, you must drink more water. Fiber works by absorbing water. Without it, fiber can turn into concrete in your gut and make constipation even worse. In our busy lives, it's so easy to fall for the third fallacy, believing that fiber-fortified processed foods are just as good as the real deal. You see it everywhere. High-fiber cereals, keto-friendly breads with added fiber, and protein bars that brag about their fiber content. Here's the hard truth. These are often Frankenfibers. Many of these products use isolated, processed fibers like inulin or cellulose just to pump up the numbers on the nutrition label. While they're technically fiber, they don't always provide the same benefits. They often lack the supportive cast of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that make whole foods so powerful. And the research on whether they actually help with weight loss is mixed at best. An apple isn't just a shot of soluble pectin. It's a whole package of vitamins, minerals, water, and antioxidants that all work together. A bowl of oatmeal gives you beta-glucan fiber, plus B vitamins and minerals that support your metabolism. Whole foods provide a symphony of nutrients. Fiber supplements and fortified foods just give you a single, isolated note. All right, let's put this all together into a plan you can actually use. You know the mistakes to avoid. Here are the 3 simple steps to start using fiber the right way to fuel your gut and finally burn that stubborn fat. Step 1. Prioritize soluble superstars. Your daily goal should be around 25 to 38 grams of total fiber, depending on your age and gender. Crucially, you want to make sure a good chunk of that, at least 10 to 15 grams, comes from powerhouse soluble fiber sources. We're talking about foods like oats, barley, beans, lentils, apples, carrots, and chia seeds. This doesn't have to be complicated. It could be as simple as this. Start your day with a bowl of oatmeal and berries. Have an apple with some nut butter for a snack. Add a half cup of black beans to your salad at lunch. These small additions will get you well on your way. Step 2. Hydrate and ramp up. I'm going to say this again because it's that important. Go slow and drink your water. As you start adding more of those soluble fiber superstars, remember the rule, increase by no more than 5 grams every few days. And for every meal where you're adding fiber, make sure you're drinking a big glass of water. This one habit will prevent 90% of the bloating people complain about with high-fiber diets. Listen to your body. Step 3. Build a pro-metabolism plate. To really maximize your fat loss, you need to build a plate that supports a healthy metabolism. That means pairing your fiber-rich foods with a solid source of protein at every single meal. Protein also crushes hunger, and the combination of protein and fiber is the ultimate 1-2 punch against cravings. And if you want to take it to the next level, start bringing in fermented foods. Things like plain Greek yogurt, kefir, kimchi, or sauerkraut are loaded with probiotics, the good bacteria themselves. The fiber you're eating, which is a prebiotic, acts as the food for these probiotic bacteria. When you combine them, you create a powerful partnership that can rapidly improve your gut health, lower inflammation, and create the perfect internal environment for your body to burn fat. For weeks, maybe even months, you've been frustrated, bloated, and confused. You thought you were doing everything right, but the scale just wouldn't budge. Now you know the truth. You weren't eating the wrong thing. You were just using the wrong strategy. If this video cleared things up for you and you had that aha moment, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more no-nonsense nutrition advice that actually works. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.